Okay, so this will be recorded as well. So welcome to everybody that's taken the time to be here with me. I really appreciate it. If you're new, right, my name is Bhavna. I've been here 2.5 years now, and I essentially just show up to show parents how to make an extra income online. Now, something you might not know is that this is the first time I am actually hosting a webinar of my own. Generally, the creator, I just send everyone to the webinar the creator is hosting, and I don't do it myself. So it's the first time I'm actually doing, and the fact that I have 3 people on, like, yay, I'm so excited. You know what? I will even show up for one person because that's just who I am. 2.5 years in the industry, close to 2 million rands now. And you noticed I'm doing this scared, right? Because somewhere along the line, I think we all scared to start this journey. Okay, so I literally pushed it off for 2.5 years because I've been scared. But I had to take a decision to put those fears aside and obviously, start now. And this will also tell you that you don't need to create Zooms to make money, right? This is literally, you do not need to do anything out of the ordinary to learn to make money online. Now, I know some of you guys have been on the 3-day workshop that we had, which was free, right? And if you have, I know Upasana definitely did attend those workshops. Now, in those workshops, we taught you literally how to have or create your own product in there. Now, with what I'm about to show you, you're going to eradicate all of that. Now, you don't have to start from scratch learning how to create your own product, how to do the linkages, how to market it. You don't need to do all of that. I'm literally going to introduce you to a shortcut that I've been using. It's not new to me. Yes, the program I'm introducing you to is new, but the systems and steps is something I've been doing for 2.5 years now, right? And please do stay through this whole thing because at the end, I am giving away some bonuses, which I think will, obviously it's to your benefit. The bonuses are always what I can do to assist you, right? So do stay and I will share that at the end of the call. I'm going to share my screen with you and I'm going to quickly take you through everything because if anyone has questions, I want to have time for that as well. When the weather is extremely terrible on our end, right? So I just hope that it's not such a big problem with the internet connection, right? Okay, so in a nutshell, it's a free webinar. And I'm going to speak about the $1,000 commission model that I think nobody is speaking about, that nobody's talking about, okay? And why so many people are actually confused about the online space from the outset, okay? Mostly because there's too many things happening online. Because now if you noticed, everybody's shifting online. Everything's moving online. So now you feel overwhelmed because you have too much options. And everybody's teaching you differently how to do things. So there again, it becomes too confusing for somebody that just wants to start. And most content shows results and not the process, which is actually why I have this, which is why I'm showing you exactly how we are doing it. And beginners don't know what's legit anymore. For example, on my social media account, on TikTok in particular, I've got over hundreds of people impersonating me. So I understand that for some people, you can't differentiate between what's real and what's not. Just remember something, no matter the age, right? Because I only got into this at 38 and we've got 60 and 70-year-olds doing it. So you are not late. The business models have just changed. So remember, over the years, things change, right? Income starts taking different forms. Okay, everything literally starts changing and the way people do things start changing. And people are stuck because they don't want to move with the times. We find it difficult to go with what's working. And we need to accept now that everything is changing and what we're using in the past is not working. Before, door knocking used to work. Now it doesn't. Now nobody wants to see you by their door. You got to make an appointment to see them, right? So everything's changed. Okay, so I'm just going to try and move this out of the way. Okay, so what you basically don't need to do anymore is, I think a lot of us think that we need to have a huge following. So when I started 2.5 years ago, I literally had 0 followers, literally 0 followers, right? So you don't need a following, sorry. And you don't even need to be tech savvy. I mean, I'm like living proof 2.5 years later. You literally don't need to be tech savvy. It's the first time I'm hosting this. So obviously everything's new, but I'm learning, right? Because it's never too late to learn. And you don't need to figure out everything alone, because if you've got a whole community, with you, and you've got me, right? And you've got systems and step-by-step processes, you are never alone. Now, what social media shows you are viral videos, high followers, and loud income claims. Now, you don't need all of that. You can make money with literally 50, even 100 followers. When I posted my first video on social media, I had like, I can't say no followers. I had so little followers because it was my first video, and yet I made sales from it, right? So not everything we see on social media, we actually need to believe. But trust me, the loud income claims, definitely it's happening, right? So who is this for? This is for moms like me, right? We have limited time, absolutely limited time. 9-to-5ers who, as we know, our jobs are never guaranteed. So as a 9-to-5er, you need to go into something part-time, then this is for you. Okay, if you're a beginner with no product, because obviously you're a beginner, you don't have a product, you don't even know where to start, and this is an ideal thing for you, right? And then people who don't want to be online whole day, like me. I don't have the time to sit whole day, right, trying to figure things out. And this is a little bit about me and why I started my journey, right? In a nutshell, this was what I always wanted to do. The year my husband passed away in August of 2023, I just wanted to travel. That was a gut thing I was having, not knowing that 2 months later he was going to pass away. And that is why I was really wanting to be able to travel with my family. But obviously, I had no money. I had borrowed money to start my journey, in fact. So traveling was it was my dream. Traveling was my dream. I'm now able to make this into a reality. Literally, this is my reality now. As you can see, we fly, we go on holidays, we do everything that I was not able to do 2 years ago. And I went from borrowing money to start my journey to close to 2 million rands now as a single parent, right? That's 118,000 as a stay-at-home mom. Now, why most people get stuck is because they don't have something to offer, right? They don't have a product to offer. And they're trying to do everything on their own. Literally, you cannot. I know, just trying to do the daily chores, I cannot do it all alone. You need support, right? And people come across too many tech decisions, right? So that tech part I know puts people off, which is literally why I got into DMS. And there's no guidance or feedback. So when you have a community backing you 24/7, you always have feedback, right? So remember, with these programs, they are international. So your community is built with a whole lot of people in it. So if it's day here, it's night somewhere else. So 24/7, you are able to reach out to a community. Someone's online, they will assist you. You need guidance, you have tech calls, you have support calls. All of these calls are in these programs, right? The new way of leverage and support the business model that's quietly winning, right? You don't need to start from zero, okay? Meaning you don't start from scratch. You're not creating your own product. You're not creating the systems. You're not creating the followers. You are not starting from zero. You don't reinvent the wheel. I am creating content and sharing digital products. Thousands out there are doing it. So we are not reinventing the wheel. We are literally going with what is working. And like I mentioned, you don't need to do this alone. We build income while we learn, right? I became a part of Digital Magnetic System because I was tired of seeing people overwhelmed. In my past programs, I felt the tech was something they were dreading, they were not getting. I was spending more hours on a call with them trying to help them than I was doing anything else, right? It became exhausting on both our parts. So when DMS came with a done-for-you system, right, literally all the tech part done, I immediately hopped on it because I knew people were struggling with tech. And this was a done-for-you system, so no tech is involved, right? No tech. And I wanted something simple. So literally, right? You get the program, you receive an email, your website, everything's set up for you. Once you've been through a few modules, you start marketing. That's it. That is literally it. And I wanted this for real people because listen, you and me on this call, we are real moms, right? There's nothing fancy about us. There's nothing special about us. We are ordinary people, but we just learned to make money online. That's it. Okay, what makes DMS in particular different is that it's the done for you structure. I cannot emphasize more on the system being done for you. So if you've ever been to my website, helpingyouBreakFree.com, and you've seen everything there, know that I didn't do that. I literally, DMS set that up for me, okay? I paid a small fee, DMS set it up for me, and they sent it back to me within 5 hours, which means the very same day, I was up and running. I was literally up and running the same day. I didn't have to go and start from scratch or figure out anything on my own, right? There's clear starting points. When you pay, you immediately get access, emails come in, the systems are there, the step-by-step processes are there. So it's clear step-by-step action points. Okay, and there's also multiple income paths, right? So you can create your own product, you can run with the affiliate side, you can track your offers. There's so much you can do inside the product. And it obviously comes with coaching and a community because mentorship is important. Okay, so if you are stuck with tech, there's a tech call. You're a newbie, you join the newbie call. You want coaching, you join the coaching call. These are all free and inside DMS. This is just some real life testimonies inside our community. And once you join, you will see this as well, right? Zanelle has a long story, but in 4 days, she made 58,000, right? Literally from her phone. And she had to just make that decision to change her life, right? And she has obviously made, I think in February, she made $9,000. In Feb, $9,000. Okay, so Cecilia's made $10,000 in total as an affiliate, 44,000 in 1 day, right? That's two and a half thousand, $2,500 she made, right? In 1 day, that's 44,000 rands. So remember, this whole thing works in dollars, okay, which is an advantage to us as South Africans. And she's made 5 million so far on there. So I'm just going to skip hers, unless maybe you want to listen to her testimonial quickly. Okay, I'm going to skip that. Sorry, somebody says you can't hear that testimony. Apologies. I can't see my chat. All right, not a problem. It should be recorded and I will send you guys the replay. Apologies for that, right? But very quickly, her story is that her story is basically she went from losing 960,000 rands. She lost all her money in a scam. And when she had come across DMS, she immediately said, this is what she needs to do, because the creator of DMS had made her million rand quick and fast, right? And so she decided to hop on there. And that's when, she actually got on, and she's now been making a lot of money from this as well. Okay, so that's basically her story. So as you can see, she also couldn't speak English very well and she didn't want to do videos, but she got over that and she started implementing what she learned inside the program. And this works best for you if you want an extra income online. Let me just get to this chat because I can see. Sorry, guys. Yeah, sorry. There was obviously some chats there. Right, so this works best if you want an extra income online, right? I think we all need that, irrespective of where we are in life. It doesn't hurt to make an extra income. And this works if you don't want to start from scratch, because as you know, it's a done-for-you system. You have value, guidance, and support, which I think is absolutely vital in anything you start, and you really want something that's realistic. If this feels aligned with you, this is your next step, right? You decide right now whether you want to join DMS, okay? Because if there's one thing I learned, and I'm a walking testimony to that, if that you delay, it's never going to happen, right? Because money loves speed. That's just how it is. When I started, I saw the video, I borrowed the money, I started the same day, literally the same day. I did everything the same day. Okay, so I know if you're an action taker, you're going to see results. And then once you join DMS, you get into the school where you get the support and the system, and you basically stop guessing, right? And you start with clarity. Now, obviously, this is where lots of people, I'm sure, will literally drop the call because obviously there is a fee to getting into DMS. Now you have the choice to go through that 3-day workshop and start from scratch, or you can work with done-for-you systems as such. Also, remember one thing, you are paying a price once off, right? And it's going to generate you an income. For me, for example, I started this, I think in November or December last year. I started with the Pro for 1197, and I literally made that back in the first person that purchased from me, I got that amount back. I'm now over $5,000 or $6,000 in, which is 5 to 6 times more the money I spent. And it's not because I have experience. Even 2.5 years ago, I took a $600 program and I made R1 million from it. So it's literally not about you, me, or being special. It's literally about implementing what you learn in these programs. Now, I did say there was a little bonus for you at the end. If you are on this call and you would like to get into DMS, right? And you purchase today, right? It's not till tomorrow, next week, or next year. Literally, today, if I get off this call and you feel you want to start, I'm paying you a $75 activation fee. As you can see, it comes with an activation fee. And I'm giving you an opportunity to sit on a one-on-one with me, right? I don't do this. That's why I don't do coaching and mentoring, but I'm giving you the opportunity to decide whether you want coaching from me or whether you want me to help you to start. Once you've purchased, you can decide how you want to spend 1 hour with me. That's totally up to you, right? But I'm giving you a one-on-one session with me and I'm covering your activation fee, right? So this is the Pro version and this is everything you get in it. This is the DMS starter. It is $497 with a $75 activation fee. So irrespective of which one you purchase, I am going to pay that $75 for you. Okay, it's obviously coming out of my profits, but I'm here to assist you in any way I can. Because it's an affiliate, the only thing I can do is pay your activation cost for you, right? So once I jump off this call, if you are taking action, I'm doing those 2 things for you, right? I don't know if anyone on here has any questions, let's go to the chats. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm still new to the meeting. Please explain what this meeting is about. Thank you, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. So I think, yeah, you got in a bit late. What I'm going to do is, if you can, just reach out to me. Let's see. Right, that's my digits, and I'm going to send you the recording so that you can go over it. Right, I have recorded this, so I'll send you the recording so you can watch it. Just because of time, we only allowed, like, I've only got 45 minutes on this call, so I wanted to go through this because essentially the main focus here is that we're going to skip all the hard part. We are skipping all of the hard part, and we are not starting from scratch. That's the main thing. You're going to have a product to sell. You're going to earn 90% commission of it. Okay. You're going to have all the systems done for you. So you literally focus on launch and making sales. That's it. Anything in the digital and affiliate marketing space requires you to market. And that's all you have to do here is market. Learn what's in the program, learn the skills, and become a master in attracting your perfect customer and making sales, right? So just reach me and I'm going to send this recording. Is there anybody else who has any other questions? Anyone has any questions, let me know, right? So don't forget, if you take on this opportunity after this call, $75, and I'm giving you a one-on-one. You just literally cover the product cost. Remember something as well, these are available on payment plans. I forgot to mention that. These, whether it's the Pro or the 497, comes with a 3-month payment plan of $220 a month. Okay, $220 a month. And then your Pro version comes with a payment plan of $450, right? You see, Praveen, I'm going to answer that, right? Because I did mention that you need some time to go through the setup. If you are struggling, there are tech calls, which happens every single week, right? There are tech calls. There's also newbie calls. So if you're not on those calls, right, you're going to feel lost. Those calls are there to make your life a bit easier, right? So you need to hop on them, right? There's also replays that take place. If you are not able to go on directly, but if you are having tech issues, right, then you need to jump onto these calls. You literally need to jump onto these calls. Like I obviously didn't have an issue because when the email came back to me, I had to just follow the steps and I connected. That was it. And once I connected, I just went through the training. So if you are having any issues, right, because you didn't have to go create a website, you didn't have to link funnels and automations. So those intricate part, right, is all done for you. So those calls are there should you be having any issues. Those calls are there and they're free and they happen every week on repeat, just for the newbies and for people having any difficulties. Okay, any more questions? Right, and sorry, I was saying even the Pro is available on a payment plan of 450 Rand for $450 for 3 months, right? That as well is on a payment plan. So you can take it on a payment plan. The advantage here is that the minute you do your first payment, you're going to get access to the program, right? So you are not waiting 3 months to pay for the product before it's actually given to you. On your first payment, you get the product, and then you obviously need to pay your second and third installment, right? So whether it's the Pro or the Starter, both are available on a payment plan. And trust me, a lot of people choose that because it's affordable. We live in South Africa. We understand. Those that can afford it, afford it. Those that can afford the payment plans, take it because you can start. Thing is start somewhere. You understand? We can't just say, we don't have the money and sit back and continue to be in our situation, because remember something, no matter where you are. Okay, so I think we're going to have to yeah, so I think I am running out of time, so I'm going to call it a day. But I am available on WhatsApp. I've given you my details. And if you have any other questions, you are most welcome to reach me there and we can connect via that. I really do hope you enjoyed this and you understand what I'm doing at the moment. And yeah, I would love to connect with you. Right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I am going to go off. And like I said, any questions, you're most welcome to connect with me on my digits that I provided. And that's basically it. If you want the replay, you let me know as well. Right. So remember, you're never too old or tech savvy. You don't need to be tech savvy. You're never too old. It's never too late. The biggest thing is starting, because once you start, then everything else falls into place. You just need to start. Right, guys? You have a fantastic night. And thank you so much once again for joining. I really do appreciate it. And let's hope we hear from each other soon. Take care, people.